Well, I don't think they'll do anything physically, Geo, but they are not going to be very happy. So China buys oil from Venezuela at about a 20 to 30% discount. So they get discounted oil, they get discounted gas. The Russians have been using their so-called shadow fleet of tankers to move oil around the world to help fund their efforts in Ukraine. So neither the country is going to be happy, but at this point, with Maduro gone, there's not much that they can complain about.
Right.
Hopefully, from here on in, we'll see free and fair elections in Venezuela and allowing the Venezuelan people to rule their country rather than the strongman Maduro.
And Martha, on the ground there in Venezuela, what do you think the reaction could be there? How might the Venezuelan military respond?
Well, that's what everybody is watching at this point, how the Venezuelan military responds. Steve makes the good case that could happen here, that they have free and fair elections. But this is a very precarious few days and few weeks to see exactly what the aftermath is after that stunning raid into Caracas with those helicopters that you see there now, attack helicopters, Chinook helicopters, those large helicopters, really close to 10, I think, of those. They have free and fair elections. But this is a very precarious few days and airfields. So what happens now, as you say, many people will be very, very happy
They throw those things
that
in the
Maduro
thing.
is gone, but we don't know exactly what will happen with the military. And that is something the U.S. is keeping a very, very close eye on. But the hopes are that this was a perfect operation and things go, as Bill Daniel explained, that they do have free and fair elections and relations are back to normal there.
And Steve, as you know, Venezuela has massive oil reserves. Could that be a factor here?
Well, Scott, oil means money, and the Maduro regime, Geo, has run off two things, cocaine and oil. And so now that the oil has been quarantined and the oil is not flowing to places like Cuba, which are fundamentally dependent on Venezuela's oil, this will have repercussions throughout the hemisphere and to probably the two countries that the president has said are the biggest troublemakers, and that is Venezuela and Cuba. Both now are very tenuous. We'll see how this plays out and how the administration handles this going forward.
And Martha, for months we've seen those boat strikes and, of course, the drug war as a whole. Does it stop? Does it continue? What do we think?
You know, that's a big question, Gio. We have obviously gone after these suspected drug boats, more than 30 of them at this point, killing more than 120 people on those boats. And it was a very lethal week this last week. Killed about 15 people in just the last week. They did look for some survivors in one of those boat strikes, but they never found them. So whether those continue, that is something we'll have to see, because you can't imagine the drug trade is going to instantly stop. Jim.
All right, Martha Raddatz, Steve Daniel, thank you both for joining us on this huge breaking news story. We appreciate it.
All right, Joe, we're going to bring in our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Kotursky, who's back with us now. Aaron, I understand you're getting some new information.
New information comes from the United States Attorney General Pam Bondi, who confirms that Nicolas Maduro, as we've been reporting, has been indicted here in New York City in federal narco-terrorism charges. There is also a new superseding indictment that he is going to face. So in all likelihood, sources are telling ABC News Maduro is on his way here to New York in order to face those charges. Expected to land, we would think, at some point today. When he will appear in court is not yet clear. The exact charges are coming from Pam Bondi's social media account. And if I may, saying Nicolas Maduro has been charged with narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, a number of weapons offenses, and will soon face, she says, the full wrath of American justice on American soil in American courts. That court is likely to be the Southern District of New York here in Manhattan.
And one thing just to clarify, because you've been reporting on this before, Maduro had been charged in the U.S. previously, under the first term under President Trump. So how do these new superseding charges relate to that?
We'll wait to see what's unsealed, if anything new is unsealed. But at the time, then Attorney General Bill Barr said that the country of Venezuela under the Maduro regime was awash in corruption. He said he was trying to use cocaine as a weapon to harm the United States. And Bill Barr said at the time, this must end. And it now appears this is the end. And under now the second Trump administration, Nicolas Maduro is going to face those charges in an American court here in New York.
All right, Aaron Kirsty, thank you so much for these updated developments. We appreciate it. We are going to turn now and get another check of the weather. Brittany Bell from our New York station WABC is here with us now, and you're tracking that bitter cold in the Northeast.
That's right. Also, that lake effect snow machine that is working overtime. Here's a view in Fulton, New York, showing over 2 feet of snow so far. And it is still snowing this morning. But let's talk about temperatures running well below average for this time of the year. Wind chills this afternoon all across the Northeast and the Great Lakes in the teens and the lower 20s in Portland at 13 degrees, and it can feel like 12 in Green Bay. That's what's happening across the country. Here's what's going on in your neighborhood.
A good Saturday morning through the day today. 26 expected for that high with mostly cloudy sky and a chance for some snow showers coming up late today and early tonight. And the 17 degrees expected there.
Thankfully, there's some relief right around the corner. Likely next week, most of the eastern half of the country will have temperatures running above normal for this time of year.
Guys, all right, something to look forward to, Brittany. Thank you. So coming up here in Good Morning America, the latest on that deadly bar blaze at a Swiss resort. Stay with us. You're watching Good Morning America on this Saturday morning.
Now reaching 40 with more than 100 people injured. And we have a new look at how the fire in the bar filled with revelers may have started. ABC News foreign correspondent Tom Sufi Burridge is in Switzerland with the very latest. Tom, good morning.
Good morning, Wayne. You can see the tributes behind me. Officials here in Switzerland now say they believe that deadly inferno was started by sparklers carried through the bar and held too close to the ceiling.
This morning, horrifying new video showed the moment flames begin engulfing a packed bar in the Swiss Alps. Video shot by a boy who was severely injured as that New Year celebration turned to horror. Earlier, you can see celebratory sparklers and the orange glow above them, where part of the ceiling appears to have just caught on fire. Swiss officials now say the inferno, which killed 40 young people and injured 120 others, was likely caused by those sparklers, carried with drinks orders and held too close to the ceiling. The investigators now poring over video from that fateful night. Panic as the fire quickly consumed the bar, one man seemed desperately trying to put the blaze out. Letizia with a desperate appeal for any information about her 16-year-old son Arthur, who texted her from the bar.
Je sais pas si elle est reconnaissable, je sais pas. Est-ce que je veux retrouver mon enfant?
His last message, Happy New Year, Mum. I love you. And Gregory telling us his best friend Tainan is also missing.
Maybe he's died in the fire. Maybe he's alive.
The authorities here still working to identify the deceased and injured. Some of the worst injured transferred to expert burn units in neighbouring countries. The ski resort community grieving for so many young lives lost.
Guys, the owners of the bar telling Swiss media, quote, everything was done according to the standards. The local prosecutor in this region saying the owners have been cooperating with the investigation, which will now examine the fire safety conditions at the venue on that fateful night. With
Tom Sufi Burridge for us. Thank you.
All right, an awful story. We will be right back here with more coming up on Good Morning America.
Marty and I have been on the road together for years. It's amazing we haven't grown tired of each other. Oh, to cover up your overpowering cologne? Ah, impossible. Hey.
With 2% cash rewards on purchases. The Active Cash credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply.
What's the secret to peak health? Going micro with Bloom.
It's designed to minimize side effects and give me real weight loss? Yes, please.
I'm doing it. I'm going micro.
Heck yeah.
Now starting at just $99.
I won this skydiving package on DoorDash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast options. So try today at DealDash.com. $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
You're feeding my granddog Blue, right?
3-1.
Who's that T-bone chicken? Chicken meal, brown rice, oatmeal, barley?
3-1 has chicken, rice flour, corn gluten meal, whole grain corn, chicken byproduct meal.
Mr. Blue. Whoa, looks like you're backing up a bit here.
Okay, Luann?
Is there a Luann in the house?
Remember, you don't work here. Young homeowners love to get involved with everything.
Luann going once.
Progressive can protect you from becoming your parents, but we can't protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Sorry.
Luann.
Our enamel, clinical enamel strain, can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
Hi, Susan. Honey, respect that. But that cough looks pretty bad. Try this Robitussin honey.
The only brand with True Source certified honey.
Mind if I root through your trash?
The powerful cough relief you need.
Special Agent Will Trent runs from the dark. That's why it chases you.
This killer's underestimated.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. In Toledo and the surrounding area, the agents I trust are John Modine and his daughter Hannah. Their marketing plan attracts more buyers and sells more homes for more money. Go to Modine.com and put more money in your pocket.
It's an issue too many families avoid.
Every family is affected by it somewhere or the other. Substance abuse does not discriminate.
Learn how to start a conversation and get help before a crisis.
Just because you don't want to talk about it doesn't mean it's going to go away.
Alexis Means talks with a local expert for practical steps parents can use right now when talking to their children about substance abuse. Watch Taking Action, Opioid Addiction, Tuesday at 7. Sponsored by New Concepts. Today's headlines, tonight's breaking news.
Take a look at this video.
And tomorrow's first